Well, greetings and hello there, everyone. It's me, your beloved and loved Star Wars Dad Dude's Too Good, and man, is there a lot going on in our little game right now. There's forwards and backwards and sideways and deltas and zetas, and there is a lot happening in Star Wars Galaxy Heroes right now. And for the next, I'm going to say, I guess, through this next era, this era right now, that's going to go another 5 weeks-ish, 5-something weeks. Yeah, so 5+ weeks, whatever. It just seems like by the time you get to the end of this era and the start of a new one, that the game will just be turned on its head with massive changes from top to bottom in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. And as such, I was out of breath there. As such, I think it's clear to me, and I hope it's clear to you, that right now is a really good time to sit back, relax, enjoy the show, play the game, and maybe not do a lot of upgrading on your roster. Maybe, you know, I was looking at doing my Mandalorians. I'm going to hold off on that. You can see I got Bodhi Rook, and of course, Bodhi Rook and Pow highlighted to do for the Rogue One. I'm not doing that either. Maz Kanata, I've got Dr. Aphra. I'll hold off on that. Maz Kanata is one I might do because that would give me use for that second pirate team. But other than Maz Kanata right now, for me, I am not touching my roster, and I think that this applies from the top of the game down to the bottom of the game. Now, if you've just started in the last month or two, I think you should be upgrading your roster and pushing forward, right? You shouldn't be holding back. There's things to do. You got things to accomplish. But out of anybody's, I'm cracking right now. Outside of anybody that started in the last, couple of months, few months, I kind of think you should hold off on your roster and wait and see what happens here in the next few months. Let's talk about all the things going on in the game, and I guess I'm calling it 5 reasons why you should not be upgrading your roster right now in Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. And number 1 is the obvious one, the very obvious one, Relic Delta. Capital Games came out to us here recently, and they announced Relic Delta is coming to the game. What's Relic Delta going to do? What's going to take characters at their Relic levels from Relic, I guess, 1 all the way through Relic 9 and eventually Relic 10. We know Relic 10 is coming now. And it's going to make them kind of ramp up their damage as they go. At one point, it was Relic 9 doing 95% more damage to Relic 5, and that was like, whoa, hold on. And a lot of us are testing this right now to try and get it right so that when this is released, it makes a lot more sense and is positive to the community. We know that, Relic 9 hasn't really been a big payoff in almost any situation, or not in any clear, visible way that made people want to invest in Relic 9 above and beyond like character farming requirements or rote requirements, whatever. So anyway, Relic Delta is coming. We're told it's going to be coming after the next conquest. So we have this conquest, which is going through Monday, and then the next Monday. So this conquest is a week plus out. Then it's 2 weeks off. That's 3+ weeks. Then 2 more weeks of conquest. We're like 5+ weeks away from Relic Delta being released, which is a good thing. Gives plenty of time for testing and to get it right and fine tune it and make sure it's working. Whether you like it or not, it's coming. Make sure it's working in a way that best, doesn't just completely upend the game. So the number 1 reason you should, well, not number 1, these are just 5 reasons, but the one that's most obvious to me, Relic Delta is coming to the game. We don't know the impact it's going to have yet. So don't go throwing Relic 9s at everybody quite yet. You want to wait and see. Let's calm down. You'll be okay. You could do those Relic 9s later if you save. You'll be okay. So hold off because of Relic Delta. Number 2, I'm just calling it wait for it. I'm calling it wait for it. Wait for the content. Wait for what's next. Because here's what's going on right now in this era. We're in kind of a breather era, and I think it's a breather for 2 reasons. 1, we just went through the Pirates, and a lot of people invested in the Pirates and Galactic Legend Hondo Onaka, and man, if you're like me, it's like exhausting. It's like, oh my dear Lord, my wallet is empty. When I empty my wallet on a game, it exhausts me. It makes me mentally fatigued. I don't know about you. It's rough for me, but there's just not a lot going on in this current era, sort of. sort of, that makes you want to really invest in it and you know, really round out that roster and take, you know, get characters up and upgrade it. Rogue One came out. It works at 3 stars and level 1. I mean, it just works. It doesn't need to be upgraded to work. So there's that. B-Wing comes out next week. We don't know exactly what that's going to look like. It's supposed to be a home 1 lifter. We'll see if it comes out and does what as it works as intended. It's a ship. It won't. It's a ship. It will not work as intended. I'm just saying. And then we've got, and so, but by the way, Rogue One and Rebel B-Wing, these pilots don't require upgrading because, like I said, it works, you know, at basic levels. Rebel B-Wing, Drogan, a lot of you guys already have Drogan on the roster. If you don't, they're going to give them to you, and I think you should just wait on Drogan, too, to see how he does. Forlom and Zuckuss. I'm going to say this. I was thinking back through it. I literally thought back through the last 2 years plus of marquees, and I just in my head, I didn't look it up. I cannot think of the last time, and I'm sure it happened, but I can't think of the last time we got marquee characters released that weren't clearly intended to be part of a specific team or part of a specific journey. I went out back. We had. If you go back in time, we had the Pirates, which was all for Hondo and Maz Kanata's team, right? Before that was the Jedi Vanguard for Mace Windu. Before that was the clones for Lord Vader. Before that was the new Bad Batch. No journey, but 5 characters that all went together. Before that was all the Spectre stuff for Ahsoka. Then before that, there was the Night Sisters, the Great Mothers, and the Peridia Pals, which the Peridia Pals led to an assault battle, and they also led into Ahsoka. The Great Mothers led into Balin. Oh, we had the Balin, you know, the mercenaries with Shin Hati and Merrick. So we had all that, and you knew where all that was going. Before that, it was the Gungans. We knew that was leading into Jar Jar. Before that, what was it? Beginning of last year. Now I'm losing track a little bit. Beginning last year, I think, was the Comeuppance, which we knew was for the Radis. And then I kind of lose track a little bit. But, I mean, at least 2 years, and I think it's been longer if I really look back on it. I mean, Leia was before that. There might have been an era in between Leia where there was just some stuff dropped that didn't really tie in, and I'm trying to remember those, but I'm not. But it's been at least 2 years since we had just characters out as marquees. We didn't know what they're going to be doing. Now, these guys are obviously bounty hunters on the deck of the Executor, so they could have something to do with bounty hunters. They could have something to do with maybe even pirates. Forlom is a droid. I mean, there's a lot of ways, a lot of directions this could go. Maybe it lifts up Afra. There's a lot of directions Forlom and Zuckuss could go. We don't know what it's for, and as such, maybe we just hold off a little bit, and we're not investing in these guys until we see what Relic Delta and everything else I'm about to mention does for us in the game, right? So we should be okay without those guys, we think. Maybe they're world enders. Maybe these guys build... Forlom turns droids into an unbeatable team, and Zuckuss turns bounty hunters into an unbeatable team. I don't think so. I think they're going to go together and fit on one team together. So the Stranger is the one that's the most intriguing, but we're not going to have Stranger for another 3+ months. So we're good there. We're good there. So what I'm saying is just wait and see what's coming. Like, we got Relic Delta. We have kind of a break time as far as it goes with new characters and content being released. So let's see what they're all about before we go upgrading stuff. Permanent Lightspeed bundles. Holy cow, does the news never stop right now? I said the other day on stream, this is the busiest and craziest news cycle, at least as long as I've been covering the game. And I really think as long as the game's been out, I have not seen a news cycle just pop off like this nonstop, back to back to back to back. Permanent Lightspeed bundles are coming to Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Again, it is a data mine, but it seems pretty solid. I actually made a video about how to keep your roster under 4 million. Then someone informed me that in the chat here in news that they were saying it's going to take the highest level that your roster's ever been at. So I pulled that video back. But if you're under 4 million, this is why I said this is going to apply to everybody who's playing the game. Even if you're brand new, look, it seems like on Monday, October 6th, we're going to get these permanent Lightspeed bundles. Maybe Tuesday. Tuesday's more of an update kind of day, isn't it? I don't know. And you are looking to buy some Lightspeed bundles for $10, $20, whatever, and you're looking to get Rey and Kylo. just wait a few days. Just don't spend all your stuff right now. Wait and make sure these Lightspeed bundles are out. Keep your galactic power low, so it's well below 4 million galactic power. Make sure that you're in a position. So if you're an early game, new game, whatever, below 4 million galactic power, and you've never passed 4 million galactic power, we think, and you want to invest in some Lightspeed bundles, don't upgrade anything on your roster. You're adding galactic power every time you put on a Zeta. I think Omicron's add galactic power. Every time you add a mod, every time you add a gear level, every time you add a level, every time you add a star, it all adds to your galactic power. Don't do it. Sit on everything, including ships. Sit on all of it right now until these Lightspeed bundles come out. I guess if you decide you're going to be free to play no matter what, if you're free to play no matter what, I guess just go forward, right? And you're a new player, just move forward, you'll be okay. But everybody else, if you might be willing to spend $10 to get Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, basically, you got to get the Finalizer. The Finalizer bundle also gets you halfway to Executor. We talk about that a lot. But it's time right now with permanent Lightspeed bundles coming out to just sit on it, Potsy. Just wait. Name that show. Come on, I know you older folks can name that show. Some of my compadres from the 70s and 80s. Anyway, permanent Lightspeed bundles are coming out. Sit on your roster. Don't expand it. Leave it where it is. The new release structure. This was mentioned also mentioned in the update for. We had the update that came out for why Relic Delta, right? And talk about Relic Delta. Well, we also had here from Meathead in this update. Finally, there will be a new game mode, new events, and an update to era-related journey guide events, ensuring that all players get to use new characters right away for valuable rewards. I'm going to talk a little bit more about what I think this might mean in tomorrow's video as well. I've got more, but I'm telling you, this is an absolutely insane news cycle with a lot to unpack. So we want all players to be able to enjoy the latest characters being released to the game and content being released to the game. Now, what does that mean as far as your existing roster? We're not 100% sure yet. Again, I'll have thoughts tomorrow. But basically, they're going to come up with an entire new way to release and play new characters in the game. A new game mode, new events updated that we're gonna make sure everybody gets to play with the new characters in the game. Now, what does that mean as far as rewards you might get, as far as how you're gearing characters, when you're gearing them, what's going on with your current roster and your future roster? We don't know yet. And let me tell you something. If you're going into any situation and you're not sure what's around the corner, you have a hint that it might be substantially impactful, but you don't know, you're gonna be better off maybe waiting it out a little bit and see if it exposes itself a little bit more. Let's wait and see what this is all about before we go upgrading or spending a bunch of resources on our existing roster and sacrificing ourselves to Relic Delta and sacrificing ourselves for the new permanent Lightspeed bundles and waiting for the content right now to kind of sort itself out. There's new stuff coming with the way characters are released in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Let's see what that's all about before we go and upgrade all the old stuff in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. And then finally, my last reason, and this is one I talk about this almost ad nauseum. A little hoarding ain't never hurt nobody. Just holding on to your resources, sitting on your roster. If you got a bunch of Zetas, you got a bunch of gear. I mean, I've got gear. I could upgrade Saw Gerrera right now. I could upgrade K2SO right now. I could upgrade Maul right now. I could upgrade these characters, but I'm waiting and I'm hoarding and I'm sitting on it and I'm sitting on I'm sitting on 130 Omicrons and I'm sitting on That's not gonna be a Zeta. Where's the Zeta I need? It's the theme music that's really important. 146 Zetas I'm sitting on. So I am waiting. I'm not just telling you to do this. I'm doing it. I'm gonna guys. When I need to hoard, I'm a hoarder extraordinaire. I can hoard like nobody's business. Whoa, yes, we can get that hoarding done. I can sit on stuff and wait and wait and wait. I'm like I'm a seasoned free-to-play veteran. I know how to hoard things. I know how to sit on it and wait and see what happens. So guys, there's so much coming up in the game, from Relic Delta to new content that isn't, you know, it's just kind of making us wait. We don't really know what's going on with the new content, to permanent lightspeed bundles, to new release. The entire way they release characters and marquees looks like it's going to be just dropped on its head. And just hoard it. Just hoard everything you got. Wait and see. You're gonna be okay. A month of waiting and seeing, seriously, has never hurt anybody in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, or most other situations as well. You can wait and see what's gonna happen. Everybody, have a great day. Let me know what you think in comments below. Are you just gonna go ahead and ramrod your roster to the top instead of listening to me? That's fine. It's a free country. It's a free Western world. You can go and do what you like with your roster. I'm just telling you what I think. Have a good day. Talk to you soon. Always remember, Nooch too good.